For today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a physical vision board. And in the next video, I'm going to teach you how to create a digital vision board as well for your computer and for your phone. So make sure to stick around for that. But welcome to the Burnout Recovery series. In this series, I will be talking about the burnout that I experienced last year in my business and what I am doing to recover from it. So for this video, we're doing a realistic vision board for the burned out girlies. And let's talk a little bit while I take down my old vision board. In true burnout girl fashion, I would normally have this done already, but it is literally February 1st when I am taking this down and recording this video. And normally I would have this done by, I would start picking up pictures in Pinterest by like the end of December and have this done within the first week of January, if not before the new year even hit. I just feel so burned out in my business right now and just what's been going on in America in general. Now, I have obviously never gotten political on this channel or really talked about a lot of my personal values. And even though that's something I'm really passionate about, I don't plan on getting political on this channel. But things that are happening right now, in my opinion, are human rights and not political. And I feel like they are important to talk about and speak out about. And also they're affecting me and my goals that I'm going to do next year. So it's also relevant to like me creating a vision board. And honestly, I just don't have a lot of faith in anything right now. It's really scary right here in the United States. So between the regular burnout that I've been experiencing just in life and business in general has been amplified by the political burnout I've been feeling as well. And that's just contributed overall to all of my burnout and why I haven't even done a vision board, because it's really hard to look forward to the future when everything around you feels like it is completely falling apart. Women's rights and so many marginalized groups right now are under attack, and it is absolutely devastating to witness. My channel is a safe space for all people, even the groups that the United States is trying to erase right now. All people are welcome here, and you are in a safe space here. I need to make that incredibly clear that no executive order or erasure of marginalized groups is ever going to completely erase you off the earth. You were here before, you're going to be here after, and I'm so incredibly sorry that this is where we are right now. But regardless, on this channel, you are welcome here and you are valid, and I see you and I hear you, and I cannot express how sorry I am that this is what is happening. Obviously, like, there is nothing I can do about it. But regardless, that doesn't mean that I'm not sorry. And simply, you're welcome here, and that's really all I can say. That's where we're at. And it's contributed a lot to my burnout. So if you're also feeling the burnout because of that, I just want you to know that it's okay. And it's okay to like take a break, take a breather, focus on your mental health, regroup, and start your vision board in February. Who cares? Rules don't matter anymore, clearly. So do whatever it is you want to do. I do, of course, want to talk about creating the actual vision board, and all of my opinions and values aside. What you want to do if you are creating a vision board for the very first time is, first of all, have some sort of vision, go figure, for where you want the vision board to go. You need to know what you're putting on the board. You can't just slap a bunch of random pictures on here that look aesthetic and pretty, because that would be more of a mood board and less of a vision board. So start with creating some goals for yourself. And then you need to find pictures that will represent those goals as closely as you can possibly get them. Because in years past, I've noticed when I created a vision board, I would just find a picture on Pinterest and be like, that's really pretty, that's aesthetic, I'm going to put that on my vision board. And then my vision boards would consistently not come true because I was just throwing pictures that I liked onto here and they didn't closely represent the goals that I wanted to hit. I've really struggled to make vision boards come true in the past, and that's simply because work actually needs to go behind this. You can't just put a vision board together and then not work towards it and then expect that vision board to come to life. So the first thing you need to do is figure out where you want to go in the next year and then find pictures that are going to represent it. The other thing that I find incredibly important when you're creating a vision board is to not go too crazy. So I did this last year as well, and I actually redid my vision board once last year. I was putting pictures of a house that I wasn't looking for. I know that I want to live by the water. I actually wrote it on the back here. I want to live by the water one day. So I put a bunch of pictures on my vision board that relate to the lake house that I want to get. And I have this one here too. this is the car that I want to get at some point. But I knew that none of these things were happening in the last year. So I put those on there and they're incredibly pointless. They're not going to come true because I wasn't even looking for a house. I just bought this one last year, this house that I'm sitting in. So try to keep your vision in the next year and not super far down the road. So putting a mansion on your vision board, unless you plan on going for a mansion the next year, is probably not a good idea. Now, I do support sometimes putting things on there. Like I'm probably going to put this picture on there because this is a huge like vision of mine. I absolutely love this house. I've been obsessed with it for years. So putting 1 or 2 pictures on there, that's like overall vision's probably not going to hurt. But if your entire vision board is like not what's happening in the next year, then it's not going to work very well for you. In terms of where you can find your pictures, I go on Pinterest for mine. So I went onto Pinterest, found a bunch of pictures and put them in a Google Doc, went to FedEx, printed them out. And I want to try to make mine this year as specific as possible. I, like I said, don't want to just throw a bunch of aesthetic pictures onto my vision board. So I went into Canva and actually updated a few of these pictures that I didn't like. I have a few quotes on here. Love adding quotes. I didn't see one that I liked that said it all worked out. So I went onto Canva and I created one that just said simply, it all worked out. And then I saw this one that says, every day I move closer to financial independence. I didn't really like this, so I added a little graphic on there to symbolize financial independence. So I don't have any pictures on here that I don't deeply resonate with. Like these, for example, I want to have financial freedom. So this is a like January budget spreadsheet, which is what I have. So I put that on there. I want to start a garden and eat a lot more fruits and vegetables and like grow them. So I put that on there. And then I want to cook a lot more at home with my husband. So I thought this one was so cute. It's like heart pizzas. I'm going to go to the library more and read. So there's literally a girl at the library and like journaling, all these different things. I also found, or I didn't find, I created some words as well to put on my vision board to represent all the goals that I want. So last year, what I did was I wrote down all of my goals on a piece of paper and then I stuck them up there. And then when I finished them, I crossed them off with like a little like green line. So I wanted to do a little bit more of a professional version there. And that's what I mean. I had own a Mustang on there and buy a lake house and become debt free. Those were not goals that were happening in last year. I don't know why I put those on there. But anyway, if you want to hear what my goals actually were, because this year I'm not creating business goals, I am creating healthy, sustainable living goals. I'll link the video up there where I talked about all of that. But I took everything from that video, all of the goals, and I wrote them down here so that I can cut them out and then I can cross them off when they are actually done. And now we just need to cut these out. Okay, I just finished cutting everything out. That took a surprisingly longer time than I was expecting. I don't know how long I was expecting it to take, but that took a while. However, everything is done now. And so now the next thing to do is to just get whatever you're going to do your vision board on. So I've been using for years this old cork board that I don't know if you can see in the camera. It's actually broken. Part of the cork is falling off of it. And like the back of it is wrecked. I don't know if you're able to see that, but the back is wrecked from the amount of times that I have put push pins in there, but guess what? It still freaking works. So I'm gonna be using this cork board and some push pins to lay everything out and put my pictures down. You can use whatever you want. If you want, you can just go get a poster board. I don't like to keep mine together because like this works perfectly fine, so why would I not use it? But if you want to keep your vision board together year after year so you can look back at it, you can get a poster board and use tape if you want. And then what I'm going to do is lay everything out, see how many pictures that I have, see if I can get everything on here. And if I have some empty space, I might throw some old pictures and old quotes on there just to fill up the whole board because I don't really want empty space, but if I end up with some, then we'll reorganize as it goes. And one other thing that I forgot to mention that I did with my pictures is I actually put a black border around them this year. So last year I did not do that. And this year I decided to put a black border on it because I thought that would help me like cut everything out nice and neat, and I wouldn't be cutting into the picture. I'd have like a straight line to go off of. Really the reason I did it was for these, because obviously the words, they're white around the edges, obviously, so like I can't see what they're gonna be or like where I wanted to cut them. So I did it for those, and then I decided to do it for the rest, and it worked out really well. So that's something that I recommend. And since I do have these goals, what I think I'm gonna do right now, it might change, but I think I'm going to try to put all of those goals in a certain section. So like one of them is focus on home life. So I might put everything that I had in like that plan towards that, or like debt-free finances, stuff like that. I might put that in a section. I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. We'll see how it works. One thing that I try to do though is have the quotes be everywhere. I don't like having like pictures with words, or like I don't like having the quotes right next to each other. I think it's kind of distracting that way, so I try to push those out. Another way that I've seen people organize their vision boards is they organize them by quarter. So they would have like first quarter here, second quarter here, third quarter here, fourth quarter there for like what they want to accomplish. I thought that was kind of an interesting thing. We're just gonna work it out, see what we want to do. I don't really know, but we will figure it out, and it's gonna be fine. Oh, one last tip while I'm laying this out. Make your pictures bigger than you want them to be and have some sort of blank space. These pictures, like I didn't cut this one right here and right here. Like I didn't cut it as close to the words as I possibly could make it, because these pictures, since I'm doing pins, are gonna be overlapping, and I don't want words to be like cut off, or like important parts of the pictures to be cut off. So always make yours a little bit bigger, have a little bit of like blank space or stuff that you don't mind being cut off, because when you lay them on, you need to like pin them properly. So yeah, just like pay attention to that. Okay, I think I have it pretty much laid out how I want. This corner needs a little bit of reworking, but like so far everything's pretty good. So now I'm just gonna go through and pin everything down and kind of just lock it in place. And then this side's probably gonna have to get redone. But for the most part, I like what I have. I really do like the words. It can help me really like quantify exactly what I wanna do. It also like fills in the gaps a little bit, so that like you can't see the board through all the pictures and everything, because I'm trying to like make it so that you can't see the cork board. That's just really hard to do because like, you know, there's so many pictures and they don't always fit exactly where you want them to, and like all of that stuff. So I really do like that though. I will definitely be doing that next year. I had to add on some extra pictures from last year onto this year, which is fine. Just to like fill out the board, because I did not have enough pictures. Not a big deal. Try to get the quotes in different areas, try to like organize everything the way I wanted it to like all have 4 pictures each, which is what I'll do next year, is I'll do 4 of each instead of 3. That took way longer than expected, but we are done. What do we think? I love this. I'm really happy with this. I love the words. I love the black outlines. I think that looks really great. It's like such a nice vibe, specifically like the black outlines. It makes it look like, I don't know, cohesive, I guess. It looks less jaggedy, I think is the best way that I can describe it. And you can see that there are some ones on here that don't have the black line. I don't actually know if you can see that, but there are. And those are from the old vision board. I did manage to fully fill it, so there isn't any cork board showing through, at least not enough for me to like be pressed about it. And this is good. This makes me feel a little bit more excited for the year than I was, which is great because I feel like I need a break from everything that's been going on, and I need something that is like interesting and fun and like hopeful, basically, is the best way to describe it. So one last tip that I have too, this is small, maybe I'm just being like crazy, but I prefer to use the clear pins if you're using pins, because I don't want a bunch of yellow and blue and red and like all of that all over my board. I want the pins to be the like least aesthetic part of this, or like the least noticeable part. I have a few white ones that I used I think I have more clear ones somewhere, so I'll probably switch those out. But I like the clear ones because they blend in and they don't become an eyesore, so that you can focus on the pictures and not the pins because they kind of like blend into the background. So now I just need to hang this up. I'm actually going to hang this up by my bed instead. So normally I have it hanging up right there, but I'm thinking of hanging it up near my bed instead so that I can like wake up in the morning and see this and be energized to get out of bed, because lately I just haven't been energized to get out of bed. I've been burned out. And one last thing that I normally do, and I didn't this year because I completely forgot, is I will write on the back what goal I want to hit. And that way I can remember, oh yeah, that's the goal that I wanted to hit. But I think this year, I actually like the idea of having the goals on the front instead of on the back, because the problem with having them on the back is you're going to forget. You have no idea what goal you set because you're obviously not reading it. It's on the back. So having them front and center is a lot nicer. And I think I'm definitely going to continue doing that in the future. And then these old pictures, I'm going to put these in a Ziploc bag and label them 2024 vision board so that I can look back and see what I wanted to hit in years previously. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see how to do a digital vision board, I will be showing you how to do that in the next video. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Like this video if you like. And like I said, subscribe to the channel down below so you don't miss any content from me. And I will see you next time. Bye.